Hello, my friends. I'm here with my awesome coach, Roy, and I'm here also with some of our students who have just been through training in JIRA. But today, we're going to be talking about the ACP exam. Roy, I know you've trained this course a gazillion times. You've got a great track record of training people for the ACP exam, but we know a lot of our students have already been trained by you in Agile. So would you say that they are ready to jump into class on the 19th of March to begin learning the ACP curriculum?
Absolutely. So if you're not aware of what the ACP is, it's another certification from the PMI specifically about Agile. And since we have already done some level of training on Agile related to the PMP, this is a natural flow, right? It enhances your knowledge, it enhances your ability. And let's face it, it gets you closer to getting the certification, the ACP. Always good to have those letters after the end of your name. So this prepares you for that certification. And we've had pretty good success with this. You know, most of the students, I don't know if I've had anyone so far who's actually failed. It's not me, that's them, right? They're great students, and they really listen and they do a great job. So this is
you're a great coach and you're a great trainer, Roy. And to be quite honest with you, I dilly-dallied and piddle-paddled until you asked me, that ACP, have you taken it? And I was like, oh, I haven't taken it. This was back in 2015, 2016, a year or so after you and I started training companies together. And it was as a result of your influence that I said, okay, I need to do this. It's taken too long. So I ended up doing the ACP. And I found the ACP to not be as technical as I thought. I was kind of weirded out thinking it was going to be test-driven development, full-on Kanban, and all that stuff. And it really wasn't. In fact, it was more of mindset. So really quick, Roy, we're just going to go through what exactly this course that we're going to be presenting to folks is all about. It's really summarized in this, right? The domains, these 7 domains. So Agile principles and mindset, value-driven delivery, stakeholder engagement, team performance, adaptive planning, problem detection and resolution, and continuous improvement. And we're going to be covering about 2 domains every week. So it's going to be 2 hours every week. For 4 weeks, we're going to have a Wednesday question session. Roy has written some really terrible questions that we're going to be going through. We're going to be using those to help you understand these domains better. But Roy, these are not insurmountable to people who are scared of Agile, or at the back of the Agile practice guide, we've got all of those other frameworks. Some good, not some, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We won't go into those. But a lot of people are freaking out that, oh, there's some other frameworks, not just Scrum. What comments do you have about this for them?
Yeah, so there are some other frameworks, and you should at least, at a minimum, you should be aware of them. If you want to be a practitioner in Agile, basically what you want to do is use the different practices and the different techniques from all the sources and bring them in to make you a more well-rounded Agile practitioner. So you need to be aware of things like, dare I say, Crystal, and some things like that, DSDM and FDD, and some of these other techniques that some of them historical, but there's some really good lessons that we can learn from some of these things, right, Phil?
Absolutely. And then taking a look at the exam, this is a breakdown. It's very clear cut, pretty transparent, and you're not going to lose anything from coming. You're only going to gain more knowledge. And Roy, I know some people say, well, I've taken the CSM and the PSM. Why should I care about this? Now, there is a difference between this certification and those other 2, even though those other 2 are good ones to take. What exactly is the major difference, Roy, between the ACP and those?
Yeah, so first, obviously, it's a different organization, a different certifying body. So PMI or the ACP comes from the PMI. The CSM comes from another organization, as does the PSM. Now, those are all great certifications, as you mentioned, but this is a PMI certification. Now, what you're going to notice when you go through this, it has more of a PMI flavor to it. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Agile practitioners might think, oh no, PMI. Well, PMI is doing pretty well these days. They're doing a lot better with their Agile concepts. What you'll notice is that it's more about how to do Agile in the framework of projects and also within the framework of waterfall as well. Talks about some hybrid models, those kinds of things. So it's more project centric. Now, something that I've heard from the people that have taken the test, if you already have your PMP or you've already studied for your PMP, taking the ACP is a lot easier, right? Because you're used to the way the PMI does those exams. You're used to it. So it does actually work out to be a lot easier. So if you haven't done a PMP yet, it might be a little bit difficult, right? So that's what I've heard so far. The other good thing is, since it does come from the PMI, your PDUs that you're already collecting also work for the ACP. So you don't have to go out and get another 21 PDUs in order to get the certification. So there's a little bit of advantage there as well.
Brilliant point, Roy. So those folks who've done training with us, you've pretty much got what you need. You know, that's why this is a 4-week. It's a real immersion, and we're going pretty strong through these 7 domains. And Roy, any comments on the domains for people who are still in doubt? Like, okay, I'm a PMP, but can I tackle this beast?
Yeah, so you can kind of see the difference between a PMP mindset or waterfall traditional mindset and an agile mindset. You're talking about values and principle, about mindset, value-driven delivery, stakeholder engagement is actually pretty similar, right? But team performance, adaptive planning, these aren't typically what we do in waterfall approaches. So it's a different way of thinking about doing the work. And it also still applies even if you're in a traditional environment. Hybrid is the wave of the future. That's where most organizations are going. You need to know kind of both of them. So if you are a PMP and have not done Agile before, this is a great introduction. It still has that PMI flavor to it. So it won't be that unfamiliar to you. It'll be a nice, easy transition to more Agile practices as well.
Great stuff, Roy. Any questions from our friends on the call about the PMI-ACP or this exciting training coming up pretty soon? Any concerns? I think we did it, Roy.
I just need to practice, Phil. Just need to practice.
There you go.
And I'll be waiting for the next class.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Roy. And we look forward to seeing you in the class. Don't forget, if you want to sign up for this training, all you need to do is go on down to the link that we show on the screen right here, going down to projectmanagementdoctor.com/PMI-ACP, right there at the top. All right. Take care, everyone, and talk to you soon.